Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for yet another glorious episode of the KnobCast. I believe this will be episode 5. That sounds about right. And joining us once again is co-host Yogini Wally.
Hey guys, Yogini Wally here, just reminding you all to stay green and live a sustainable lifestyle like I do every day.
Lean Green Machine.
Lean Green Machine, that's what they call me.
That's the podcast. That's what we say.
You ever like just kind of like you're on your bed and like you sleep nude and then like there's skid marks all over your bed when you wake up and you call it a racetrack?
Oh, I actually just wake up covered in actual cuts that are bleeding. That's a true story, by the way. That actually happens to me.
I meant like shit though, like human feces.
You wake up.
That's why they call me Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, man.
I haven't left any skid marks in my bed.
Get off! We're gonna have to kick you out then.
No. You have to do that to be allowed.
First, I'm not breathing
We'll
properly.
call you. Yeah, we'll call you.
Speaking of this guest that you're hearing, you may have seen one of his videos or two. He has a few decently viewed ones on YouTube. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Lendon, who I've very recently changed my name. I used to be BoomerangTKO, but now I'm Lendon. And I used to do YouTube videos, like commentary videos, but they were about things where you're not just shitting on people. Yeah. They were like the history of a YouTuber or like interesting things, not just taking a dump on people. But
and now
changing.
You just take a dump on people.
And now I am taking a dump on people. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm changing to...
Human feces is the word of the day.
Human feces. No, I'm not changing to human feces. I'm changing to videos about medical videos, historical videos, and psychology videos. That is what I'm doing now.
Cool. I didn't even know that was...
That's going to enrich people's brains. I'm proud of you.
I'm going full down, carbs down with my psychology degree. Like, fuck it, here I am.
That's an epiphany, man. That's awesome.
Yes. My next video, which will be coming out in a week or two, is about facial reconstruction surgery in World War One.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that you were taking that hard of a 180.
I'm going
That's cool,
full on, dude. It's going to be epic. Yeah.
Full on human feces. There you go.
No. Complete other end of the body.
The other end of the body. What would the other end of the body be? Oh, the other side.
The face.
Okay. We're going full. Okay. Human feces in the face.
Meanwhile, on my channel, I've just been doubling down on the dumping on people side of it. But I try to only do it on people who definitely deserve it.
I mean, like, it's more like the comedy stuff, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I try to... it's more so I'm dumping on, like, a genre than, like, a specific person, usually.
Yeah, the genre we're dumping on stay as podcasts.
I feel like dumping on Reddit mods is allowed. I think that's a generally accepted thing to do.
Yeah.
If there's, like, for instance, a YouTuber who, like, uses his viewership to harass Twitch streamers and shares child in their Discord, I feel like it's safe to dump on them if they're... I'm talking about a specific person right now.
I'm of the opinion that it's safe to arrest them.
Yeah, it's safe to arrest them, dump on them.
And put them behind bars and not let them see sunlight. But that's... I guess dumping on them isn't... yeah.
Did you guys hear about that too, by the way? This YouTuber called Maximilian Muss who did those things that I just described to you?
That just sounds like all YouTubers. Is that not all YouTubers?
No,
it's
not all YouTubers.
Okay, we can say like
technically you're a YouTuber now.
88%. I consider myself a proud part of the 12%, but I think 88% of YouTubers over the years have.
He blackmailed someone on stream to eat their own shit while he laughed at them.
Shit, it just keeps coming up, man. I swear, it's.
This podcast is just all about feces.
It's all about feces. That's actually the name of the podcast. All about feces.
That's the tagline.
Will, stop talking about feces. Just stop, man. Just. I don't get this fixation, man. Like we're doing a podcast here, and you're just trying to ruin it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry.
This is sabotage.
You know, speaking of your high IQ ways, Yoshi.
Oh, me.
Why don't we? I actually have a segment I'd like to introduce called Bullying Yoshi, and it's just a quick segment. It'll last about 5 minutes. I just got a fun little Yoshi story to tell. Tell the world.
I have For every story you have of me, I have 2 of you. But yeah, sure, I have ammo, but you shoot first.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck you. I shoot back, but all I'm saying, I'm the one that edits the podcast. I'm the one that controls when the gate is open and closed.
Yeah, but we're not concerned with viewership. We're just concerned about our guest. So they're the judge.
Well, anyways, on this new segment called Bullying Yoshi, I'd like to begin with a story of Yoshi's birthday, and there was a nice little Zoom birthday party. You know, all Yoshi's adoring friends were there, including myself. It was a fun little time, and that was around the time I was filming my Reddit mod video. So I had a shirt on, which I'll post a picture of it now, and I'll put it in the podcast too. I had a shirt on, which said, "Who needs a girlfriend when you have a record collection?" So
nice.
This is sorry. Just to clarify, this is bullying Yoshi, right? This isn't. This is.
Yeah, no, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
It's starting as a self roast, but it'll
has
turn around.
Well,
I'm not done. Okay, no, that's not the end of it. That's not okay. So,
Will, the photo you just sent is the thing you have in the foreground for the entirety of the video.
So, anyways, I was wearing that shirt. Background: I bought that shirt for $1. Okay, I got it as a joke. Okay, when I was with friends at this weird thrift store, but I thought it'd be perfect for the Reddit mod video because that sort of embodies the spirituality of a Reddit mod, not having a girlfriend, because you focus on some material collection. But anyways, Yoshi noticed I was wearing it, and then he started making fun of me for it over the Zoom call.
Yep. This is still bullying Will hour, right? I mean Yoshi hour, right? This is not reflected on you.
It will be imminently because so you left the call before I could explain why I was wearing it or any of the context. I should have taken it off. I forgot to take it off before the Zoom call, but everything was happening very quickly. So anyways, Yoshi, this great guy here, my great friend, decides he has to tell his whole family about my shirt that I was wearing.
Oh, I forgot.
But
because
I was informed.
I do that often, you know, when you're just kind of like there's a lull in the conversation at the dinner table, and I'm like, what's exciting in my life? Oh, the Will-isms that occurred on this.
I was informed by my spies that he brought up the shirt that I was wearing, and everyone laughed at me and such. And apparently,
I don't remember this, by the way. I don't think I did this, but keep going.
Do you want me to tell? I mean, I can say who gave me this piece of information.
No, I know who did. But...
Okay, but anyways, apparently you did, right? And it was very funny. And your parents think that I'm insane.
They
actually must think that I'm like.
That's not the sole reason. You know what the?
Okay. Anyways, you did that, and now I'm feeling a little hurt that my friend Yoshi is going around telling everyone about my record collection shirt. It's especially since I was only wearing it to record a video and such.
Yep.
So
that's why we were wearing it.
I open up Instagram, and just by chance I notice there's a story that Yoshi's girlfriend just posted, and I open it up just to see a photo of Yoshi wearing a shirt of a very similar style that says, "Introverted but willing to discuss free jazz."
I'm wearing that now, by the way, and I stand by that. At least that's pretty
Introverted but willing to discuss free jazz.
Yeah. Free jazz?
That's just as bad.
It's not.
That's just as bad.
What do you mean free jazz? Like you're gonna play for free?
No. Like free form. Like it's free of melodic and harmonic constraints.
Yeah, that's a fucking shit t-shirt.
You know what free jazz is? It's what I just played through the speakers really loudly.
Oh, okay. Well, that was pain. So
no, it's not pain. It's sophistication.
It's pain when you play it through the Discord microphone.
Maybe.
Look at this. This is, at least I was wearing the shirt as for a video. At least I have an excuse.
Okay.
Why I was wearing "Who Needs a Girlfriend" when you have a record collection.
You need to go out together.
You just wear "Introverted but willing to discuss free jazz" of your own free will.
I see what you're doing.
Which makes it even worse.
You can keep talking. I have something to fire back with. You guys keep going with the podcast.
Fire back.
This just got personal, but
fire back right now.
No. It got personal. I'm gonna fire, and you're not gonna see it coming. You're not gonna know whence it came from. But
the chat. Okay. I'll keep the chat open so that I can see when it happens.
Just need a collection of you two wearing the stupidest t-shirts imaginable. What's going on here?
I think the free. Sorry. What?
I just had a seizure. Keep going.
I think the free jazz one is even worse than the girlfriend one, because at least the girlfriend one is like a joke. I feel like
mine's a joke
the introverted.
too.
Introverted. No. That's something that someone who like. This is getting personal. This is getting deep. Yoshi, I'd like to apologize. I'd like a truce.
It's called the bullying section. You went to bully him.
You can't take it back, man. I'm sorry. There's no. Apology not accepted. First of all, but second of all, you gotta. Come on, man. Where's your testosterone, man?
It's just strategic. I'm trying to stop you before you fire back.
Where's your beneath?
All right, well, why don't we move on? I think that was a successful bullying Yoshi segment. There's many to come.
I think you successfully bullied him.
I can add cheering sound effects right now to make it sound like there's a whole crowd cheering me on. I can make people boo whenever Yoshi opens his mouth, so I think I bullied him successfully.
I know where the people are aligned, so it's okay. It doesn't matter. Everyone knows what they've clicked on this video for.
You want to see you get bullied?
Yes.
Do the people know this podcast would have already been up? If it weren't for certain delays,
the people are me watching the
because
video
of a
over
certain
and over again. You have
co-host.
You have no actual viewers.
Oh, you've just been watching them thousands of times.
Yep. I've been leaving a bot.
Did you create like 10, 20 accounts to leave a bunch of different comments?
Yes.
That's what a guy.
That's dedication.
I know,
that's
man.
Commitment.
You made me think we had an actual audience here.
And it was my gift to you, and you just ruined it because of this section that you just decided to add, man.
Okay, well,
you disappoint me every day. Like every day, I just kind of wake up like, how am I going to be profoundly disappointed compared to yesterday? And then you just always outdo yourself.
All right, well,
this seems like a healthy friendship.
I've just decided to add 5 minutes to the next bullying Yoshi segment, so now it's longer. So, anyways, why don't we focus on the guest we have? We have like a guest on here.
Hey,
why don't we talk? Why don't you?
No. He's the peanut section. He's just laughing in the back while we make fun of each other.
Why don't
we hired you to be our laugh track because it's too hard to actually insert it in the video. Because Will doesn't possess the editing facilities to do that, so you're.
No, my computer exploded, so.
Yeah, exactly.
I can fulfill that role.
But anyway, what's been up with? What made you decide to totally rebrand your YouTube channel?
Okay, this is a medium-sized story. Basically, I had a month off from YouTube in September because. Some shit was going down in real life, right? And I was like, okay, I'm going to come back and we're going to do a video about Nakey Jakey. That's going to be epic cool, right? And then I couldn't make it and I couldn't be bothered.
Very nice.
So I was like...
you're an inspiration.
Yeah.
So I was like... But I've had a break before, and I was looking back at my videos before my break, and I was like, these are my favourite ones that I've made. And then I kind of based all my new videos on those ones, right? And I was looking back at my videos at this break, and my favourite ones, I did a video about the effects of real life death on YouTube. So what that does, and that video is so unique, and I really like that one. And then I also did a video with Gokanaro. Do you know him?
Yeah, he's the dude that made the H3 video.
Yeah, I did a video with him.
How do you get him?
I love that guy.
How'd you get him to do a collab with you? Just out of curiosity. How do you contact people
I did a video about him a couple months prior about his video being removed, and he liked it. He talked to me, so then we got talking about making a video together. But the video that we did, well, it was more like my video, and he did a section within it. But it was about murderers who had YouTube channels. So these two videos are both like pretty dark, right?
Did you mention me?
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I was like...
Cue Seinfeld theme on that one.
But I was like, I should do something a bit more serious than just like lighthearted YouTube commentary videos. And my job right now, I work admin in a medical center. So like, and my job is to make patient records correct for doctors to make their job a lot easier. So I need to know about like diseases and operations and shit, right?
Yeah.
So serious YouTube videos. My job is medical, shove them together. I've got a psychology degree. To put that in there somewhere. So that's basically why I'm doing it like this now. Because I think, like, I'm an adult now. I can't just be making fucking baby YouTube videos. Like, if I want this to be my main hobby, I've got to do something with it a bit more. So
that's
fair enough.
That's the usual arc I tend to observe with these YouTubers.
It's whatever fills that creative appetite you got. It's important to go after that, or else your videos, if you're making something you don't actually want to make, then it'll just suffer.
It's not even like the creative though. It's more like, because going into most of these topics that I've decided, I have like a base level understanding, but I don't know them fully. So like when I'm researching them, I'm learning as well. So it's like really valuable for me, even if the video gets like 10 views. Like it's, which I hope it doesn't, but but it's still valuable to me even if it doesn't do well. So because I knew nothing about fucking the history of facial reconstruction. I knew like what some surgeries on the face were, but beyond that, I didn't know there was stuff in World War One about this stuff. And I got a whole video on it, and I know loads of stuff. So
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't say that I've made videos on topics that heavy, but I have made videos, like history videos, like about music history, or when I'm doing.
Sorry, keep going.
Oh, sorry. Did I just hear something from the man who owns a shirt that says "introverted but willing to discuss free jazz" and wears it unironically?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
The person who looks like the picture I just sent in the chat.
That's a picture of me from when I was 15. I was 15 in that photo.
Why'd you send me that?
I sent you that. Okay, I sent you that as a joke.
Man, it just sounds like you're projecting, man. I'm sorry.
Looks like I'm about to suck a dick in that photo, though. I'm like opening up wide.
See, I'm telling you, all these YouTubers, man, it's the 88%. I'm just deleting this.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can't put it in the video now because you deleted it, so you just
bring it back. We need it for the video.
I'm not gonna say anything on that. But anyways, I've made videos about like the history of music in the '60s, or like when I do.
Why do you keep going?
What is it? What?
Okay, I'm.
You trying to restart the bullying section?
No, I'm trying to. He knows what I'm referring to. I'm just
I actually don't. I literally don't.
Were you like involved in it or something?
No, I literally don't know what you're referring to. What are you referring to?
He knows.
I actually don't.
Give it up, man. Just keep going, man.
No, I actually no. I literally don't know.
No, you don't.
Do
you not know?
I don't know. I literally don't know.
That's a shame, man. That's on you then. That's on you.
What is this?
Okay. Well, anyways.
That was actually coughing. Okay, never mind. Go on.
And I've also made like ranked videos on different like artists and bands. So when I make those, like I learn a lot of shit about.
And it's good. So, like, it's good when you do that, right? It feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, like when I finished the. Are you gonna cough? When I finished the history of music in the '60s videos. I don't know what that means. Why do you keep coughing? I literally don't. Am I supposed to get it?
There's nothing.
I don't get it.
I'm just trying to increase your stress levels.
Okay.
Were you involved in making?
Because you told me with your own mouth words that you liked those videos.
Oh, I did, but I did help make them.
Okay, that was what he.
Oh, is that what it was?
He wanted a little bit of credit.
Thank you. Yeah. See, you did know what it was. Why were you acting like you didn't?
Okay. Look. Is it fair to say that I actually forgot that you helped with those?
Yes.
Because I actually forgot. But I remember now.
Because you're at the center of the universe, like always.
Yeah. This is getting so real. Holy shit.
Okay.
Okay. Well, now that I remember that you helped me, Yoshi
it's irrelevant. I helped a very minute amount. Keep going.
We got together and he gave me a bunch of dates that were like specific and stuff and that arbitrary. He thought should be in the video. And then I listened to him not very much in the first half and then a lot in the second half, and I realized I missed a bunch of important stuff in the first half, basically.
So is that why you did a did a
the second half was actually picking up some slack from the first half, because like I didn't talk about Soul, which was a huge mistake in the first half, so I had to go back and put that in the second half and stuff.
I think the second one was the first video I saw from you.
I'm really proud of that. That might be my favorite video.
You put that in my Discord, and then like there were like 2 or 3 people who said, "This is a great video." So then I had to look at it.
Got to self-advertise somehow.
It's pretty comprehensive and good, and yeah, you did a good job.
Nice. The bully's starting to subside.
Notice, so.
No, this is the positivity section of the podcast.
Okay, we'll get. I'm waiting for us to get back into it. But anyways, as I was saying before that, the whole thing. Yeah, I like just making those. I learned like so much shit that I didn't know before, because I had to like research everything to make sure that I wasn't just talking out of my ass. And there were certain things that were in the video which were just completely wrong that shortly before putting up the video, I was like fact checking everything to make sure I didn't like put something in that was wrong. And there was some stuff I said that was completely untrue that like almost made it into the final video. So I don't know. I'm a wiser man having made those now. And I'm assuming that like
sorry, go on.
I'm assuming that like with your videos that you're planning to make, you'll undergo a similar process.
Yes. Yeah. What do you mean, like fact checking, basically?
Just becoming a wiser man by the end of it than you were going in.
Well, yeah, you're just learning about a topic, and I feel like I could discuss it. So I mean, the fact checking thing is interesting as well, because I always get very nervous about like putting out things which are incorrect, and I'm really just like so fixed on getting it right. There was something I wrote in the script, and I literally realised that it was incorrect as I was doing the audio for it. Where I was like, there was one bloke who had he had his nose removed, like by a gun or whatever, fucking, and they gave him a rhinoplasty, and then there was basically just gave him a new nose, like brand new nose.
He wasn't. He didn't request for his nose to be removed, and
no,
it was removed.
No,
so,
it was blown off probably, or shot off or something, right?
So it wasn't consensual. He didn't want his nose removed. No,
surprisingly not. But but then I was like, this guy also had ear cartilage put into his eye socket, and his fucking own big tube of skin put into his eye socket to raise the position of his eye. And then as I was doing the script, I realised that these were 2 different people that I was discussing as one person.
And you like lumped them together.
Man, that one guy can't catch a break, eh? Just keep.
In my 60s video, I almost, this is really embarrassing, but like the band the Bar-Kays, who I talked about at one point, they all died in a plane crash, really sad. I'm stupid, and when I was researching, I read it as the Bar-Keys. And I recorded the audio pronouncing it that way and everything, and the video was almost done when I was doing the fact checking, and I realized, wait a second, that does not say keys, that does not say bar keys. Fuck, I have to redo everything when I talk about them now.
The letter A kind of looks like the letter E if you like squint enough, so it's excusable.
Pronouncing words wrong is actual pain. Especially when you've put it out and then people correct you and you feel like
it wasn't
a complete
out yet,
idiot.
Luckily, so I was able to fix it.
I've done that multiple times.
You put something out with like pronouncing something wrong?
I've said epitome as epitome.
Epitome. That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah. I did a video about the first ever recorded copyright dispute, and that was in Ireland, and there was a bunch of like very old names in it that I pronounced completely wrong.
Yeah, that's not.
And I was corrected.
Yeah, but no one knows Irish people. So
Well, no, I think it's because they're all Irish names, so they're all a bit weird.
Like McCoy and.
There was just like I put it on Reddit, and most of the comments were positive and stuff. But there was one like thread where it was just like, God, this guy got absolutely butchered. This guy got destroyed in the name. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it when like you put a lot of work into a video and there's just one dude who's like, okay, well, you made one mistake at the 20-minute mark. There's this guy whose name is McCoy, and you said McGoy. So the whole video is ruined because of that.
You fucking idiot! What are you doing?
I love getting those comments.
Are you indirectly calling me out right now, or is that subliminal?
No, I'm calling myself out.
Because you still gave your actual thoughts on the video as a whole in like a positive way. Whereas I just get comments on like an album ranking where it's like, you can't have this opinion, idiot.
Well, no, that is actually stupid though, because it's
I've been told my opinion's wrong many times. Back when I had a review YouTube channel that I don't tell anyone about.
Wait, you did? What?
Yeah. I
didn't even know about that.
I was reviewing. There's a reason you didn't. I think I deleted it. I was reviewing a Bjork album, and I said, the general theme, and like this is so general and vague, is love and human connection. And someone said, you fucking idiot, it's not love and human connection, it's about her cat or whatever. And my YouTube career ended right then and there. I was too discouraged to go on.
Bro, you can't give in to the haters. That's what I learned.
Sometimes the hate's just too strong, man. Sometimes the hate's just too unbearable. I can't, because the thing is, that was the only guy who had ever commented on one of my videos, and if that's the comment, man, like
that is your one and only comment that you ever got.
It was,
wow.
Yeah.
Were you paranoid when the knobcast went up that it was your curse would extend
they're
to
gonna
this?
say,
be like,
that's not your name. Isn't Yoshi?
Who's this stupid idiot whose name is a Mario character, and he is like he laughs weirdly.
I'm numb to that by now. I'm more. Well, because
I remember back when I knew you in high school, like every single time someone met you, they'd be like Mario.
Yeah. Yoshi, where's Mario? Is like everyone's
where's Luigi, bro?
Everyone's a hive mind. Like those are word for word. They either say Yoshi, where's Mario, or your parents must have really liked Mario or something. It's word for word. Like everyone's the same person. I don't know how. It's just.
Did I do that? Oh, you don't remember me because you like blocked me out, so you wouldn't.
I blocked you out, for like 2 years or whatever.
That's not very nice.
No, we're great friends though.
We are.
You don't get it. Yeah.
Because we had a shared traumatic experience that ended up in the ambulance, and now we bonded over that.
Yeah, besties. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We tried to rob a bank. Didn't go well.
Why were you in an ambulance if you tried to rob a bank? Police?
Well, it wasn't actually me. It was just him because I pulled off some super sweet like moves and like I pulled off the heist, but he was like crying and like he kept pulling on my arm and then he like tripped and fell on his face and then the ambulance came and then like then he like ratted me out and so
that's what happened. Except like it was him doing the stupid things and I was doing the good things.
Okay.
No, you were the soy Wojak.
No, you were.
I was the Chad Wojak.
No, you.
I don't. How do you respond? Do you say no you back to no you, or is there no response?
No. I won. I won that interaction. You
Fuck.
On now.
Shit.
No you wins everything.
Every time, man. It's just How do you respond to that? Like you just can't. You can't come back from that. It's just career suicide. Even trying.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say on the topic of hate comments. I've never had a video that's been like overall negatively received, I guess because I'm just that awesome and such. But probably the videos which have, I'm not even going to acknowledge that, the videos that have the most hate, the two videos that have the most hate are like right next to each other. It's my Doctor Who video, which is also my most popular video.
Oh yeah, that's the video where you make valid points and people don't like it because you were ripping on a popular show.
Jesus Christ, some of those Capaldi episodes are just so unwatchably bad.
There's a reason I can't watch them, and I haven't.
But anyways, the reception was pretty positive, but like of course I got some hate comments that like genuinely told me like kill myself and like that I'm like a disgusting person because I don't agree with them on their British sci-fi show.
Some people go onto YouTube videos where someone says that their show isn't good, and then they just like get out of bed and they're like, you know what? I've just kind of slept on it. I'm going to type kill yourself in the YouTube.
They gave it some real thought.
Do you not like the last couple series of Doctor Who?
I haven't really liked Doctor Who for like a long time.
Oh boy.
Kill
Oh,
yourself.
boy.
Absolutely kill yourself right now.
Yeah, Will, kill yourself, man.
To be honest, I haven't
And
watched
then-
it since like Matt Smith. To be honest, I haven't watched any of the.
You're not
whatever his
missing
name is.
much. You're not missing much. But the other video, which was posted right before that, was my Kanye albums ranked video, and that's of course a topic that will get you hate no matter what you do.
Especially because it was wrong.
You know, even I think that video was like partially wrong at this point, but like
Partially is pretty generous, man.
fuck you. I agree. I agree with
I'm joking.
most of it.
I'm joking.
I know. I bet like I put Life of Pablo way
It's
too low.
all
I'm
in
aware of
jest.
that.
It's all in jest.
Life of Pablo should have been higher, but
You're
like
so sensitive.
in general, I got like
You put Jesus is King above Watch the Throne. What do you?
I got some of like the meanest comments that I've ever gotten on this video specifically, even though this one has like the like dislike ratio is like
Okay,
pretty good, so you wouldn't think
I'm just
it, but like
scrolling through the comment section. Sorry, just get a load of this one. This one's pretty good.
which
The one I'm
just
about
read it
to-
out.
Okay.
Just read
I'll
them.
read some of them out. I wonder. So, quote. I wonder is mad. Close quote. ... Parentheses. Me kills myself. Close parentheses.
I saw that one. That's a top comment. That's a top
Yeah,
comment.
like
That
the
got a
That's
lot
gotta
of.
be a pinned comment, hasn't it? Surely.
Yeah, you pinned the wrong comment, bro. Come on.
Wait, what did I pin?
You
Oh, I
pinned your
pinned the
own
video where I
comment,
said.
goddammit.
I pinned the video where I said that I forgot to talk about Otis
Oh my god.
because every comment I got was like, "Why didn't mention Otis? You didn't mention Otis."
He just said, "I
So-
wonder is okay," crying emoji, and then the. And then there's some unfriendly discourse. Best song on the album, not even top 5. And then there's like a bunch of like suspicious faces.
You're not seeing the ones which said that I'm like a degenerate or something because
Those
I
are
like.
real?
Yeah,
Oh,
no, you got to scroll down far enough. There's this one dude who like left like 10 different comments. It was like, this guy's a fucking joke. He can't even fucking listen to good music
yeah, and
at all.
and have this possess the
It
same
goes in
exact
one ear and
opinion
out
as
the
mine.
other.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't even say what he didn't agree with. I think like
Well, of course,
apparently
eh?
just everything.
How old do you have to be and disconnected from society to leave the comment, "Ye slept on for real"? Yeah,
bro, Kanye's like a obscure artist, bro. I'm waiting for him to blow up.
This makes my brain hurt.
Was that you or was that a comment?
That's a comment. That's not me.
Okay, I like that.
Both.
Both, yeah. This channel is so fucking good, LMAO. See, sometimes they're nice. Sometimes they leave
like the whole channel. That's pretty good.
the whole channel is so fucking good.
Every
It's like,
single video is fantastic. So
it's
just comment.
it was so good that he had to laugh. He had to add the
Even
LMAO.
even the social distancing tutorial video, they even like that one.
I think you are a
takes
very
dedication.
nice video, bro. I don't know what this means. I think you are right. Very nice video, bro. I am also a Kanye West enthusiast.
I saw that one, Kanye West enthusiast.
I subbed with one B.
Thank you.
Hey, at least it's been nice.
One by Doggo just says leave.
I got a comment. One of my favorite comments that I got insinuated that I'm not allowed to rank Kanye albums owing to the
does that
whiteness
mean?
of my
the
skin.
white. That's good. I like that.
I'm too white to rank Kanye albums.
He got you there. I'm sorry.
There may
man.
be a valid point in that.
What?
I think he got me with
Where's
that
the
one.
screenshot I just took? This is my favorite. Someone was so confident in their takedown of you, they had to put it here twice in a row. Let me.
What is it?
It says,
and then I think we'll be done with comments.
Anthony Fantano wannabe question mark. Anthony Fantano wannabe question mark, and it's just by the same guy. And it's
That's
He had to make
brutal.
sure that I saw it.
yeah,
He
like
said
just in
it
case.
twice.
He said it twice because you're just such an you're making remarks about music, therefore you're a wannabe of the guy that makes
Anthony
remarks.
Fantano, yeah.
I think this man has to be Fantano's son. If you don't like you're a melon head.
Yeah, that's something I kept. I put My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy at 5, which is still higher than it is low on the list, but it's not high enough. You see, It has to be higher.
I don't. Who cares? And B, why? Melon head are two separate words here. Like, it's not like, you know how like. Anyway, this is just me nitpicking the grammar, so I'm just gonna stop. But
well, I mean, dickhead.
I think you can say melon head
word.
is 2 words. I feel like.
No, but like, you know when you're saying like deadhead's 1 word, right? Like Grateful Dead, like deadhead's 1 word.
No. What about dickhead?
Dickhead's 1 word. Dickhead is.
Okay.
It's not dickhead. It's not. You don't take a breath in between calling someone a dickhead.
Well, if
isn't
it's
it
an
weird
insult,
how?
Then maybe it's.
Isn't it weird how in English it's like if you remove the space, something can have like something can have either a different meaning or the acceptability of the word can be completely different. Like if you say ass or you say hole, you can get away with that on like public access TV. But if you dare put them together as 1 word, now this is an R-rated movie if you say it too many times.
Yes.
Bitch.
Whoa.
It's weird. English is.
We're gonna get demonetized now. Come on, man.
Yeah, leave.
Implying that.
Leave.
All right, guys.
What's the context? Like, what? Context not needed, but still, it's
No.
really good.
Just telling someone to leave is a good enough
from
comment.
where? From whence?
Just leave this plane.
This is my
reality.
Will, you know you've made it as a YouTuber when someone leaves a negative comment and then a reply that gets a lot of likes underneath that comment says this. I'm just gonna put it up.
Am I supposed to put a picture? Okay, should I read it? Because I feel like a lot of people are just gonna be listening. And
Ooh,
okay.
An opinion. WTF, this guy is such a dickhead. He's like adding extra vowels to like mock him to make sure he knows that he's condescending to him. It's good.
Solid.
Solid.
This has been a solid. This has been a solid dabbing on my haters segment.
Yes.
I think we can move forward though.
Okay.
I think we've had Why don't we thank you though. Thank you for white knighting me. I appreciate it greatly.
All your fans' names are Jesper Van Ginkel, by the way. I feel like I saw that name like 5 times while scrolling through
I think
your
I've
comment
talked to
section.
5 Jesper Van Winkles in the
The
Verdana
guy
server.
whose name it is, like the last comment I just read was left by Jesper Van Ginkel 4 months ago.
Awesome,
So,
dude.
pretty
He's
recent.
Engaged. Do you notice that? Is there anything on your YouTube videos that kind of? And I'm not talking to
me?
you,
You're
by
not
the way,
talking to
Yoshi.
me?
I'm
Okay.
not. No. Because
to
you
clarify?
closed your YouTube channel. Yeah.
There's nothing-
Do you?
although-
Sorry.
I have no videos and yet I have 19 subscribers, man. That's drip. Like, let's be honest.
Dude, I want to subscribe right now.
Yeah, man.
Sounds like you
Hell
make
yeah.
some great stuff.
I do.
Coming up in like 5 years.
I'm 0 for 0. That's a 100% success. No, actually, that's not true. That's a 0% success rate.
You have 90
Yeah.
subscribers after 0 videos. That's an infinite rate of success.
That is.
On
that is.
videos to subs.
Imagine if I made videos, right? Like that'd just be. I would break
1 billion
the platform.
subscribers instantly.
Yeah. Like,
Do you ever
Hell yeah.
find that there's like a specific type of like profile picture or like name that tends to be your fan, or does it seem like it's
Me?
a mix? Yeah.
Because for Verdana, it's Avatar, the Last Airbender.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
There's quite a few, or just
guess
like
a
with
good-
that show adjacent looking characters. But yeah. Anyway, go on.
Is there any kind of like caricature of YouTuber that seems to follow you?
Yes.
Or is it,
Filthy
Who is it?
Frank.
Oh yeah, because you made the Filthy Frank.
Yes,
video.
I've made about 5 Filthy Frank videos, half of them which are about the clones, and all of the clones are subscribed to me and they all comment random shit.
Those are good videos though.
Some of
All
them
your
are
videos,
good.
I learned stuff from your videos. I just like to say, like they're well put together.
They're educational and
Uh-huh.
they're not very funny. They're no entertainment value whatsoever.
No, I'd say there's entertainment value in there.
We're gonna
Yeah,
have
it's
to.
alright.
You're not getting paid for this podcast anymore. Sorry.
Me?
We're,
Me?
No,
Me or
you-
you?
you.
Because I was never getting paid for this podcast.
Oh, you know,
I'm
you
just-
were until you came out and said that you're not aiming to make funny content because that's all we're for
I
here.
thought I was getting paid to be a laugh track.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you thought that we pay you for
you,
work?
you can't be a laugh track if you yourself aren't capable of
Laughing.
comedy, right? Yeah, it's like
Fucking hell.
you're appropriating our culture.
I appreciate humour. I do not create humour.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're a music reviewer, for God's sake.
No, not anymore.
Oh, you were? Yeah, whatever.
And
He's
like,
I mean.
It unintentionally, it was comedy. It really was comedy. Those were some terrible, terrible videos.
Dude, that's fucking... fuck you.
What's funny is originally... See, that was funny. You're capable of humor. You're capable of comedy.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Oh, have you seen the show Hoops?
What? Hoops?
You haven't
No.
seen Hoops? Okay.
What's Hoops?
It's on
Okay,
Netflix, isn't it?
You keep going first, and then I'll get into Hoops, and we might talk about that on the next podcast, because you got to delve into Hoops, man. That's crazy.
I'll have a look. I do watch a lot of shit
Well,
on
have
Netflix,
you guys been watching WandaVision? That's like the
No.
show everyone's talking about right now. Okay, listen. I've always been a slightly outspoken critic of the MCU, not as much as you, but like the MCU is like, it has a lot of misses, but
Not as
I'll
much
be
as
honest.
me, or not as much as...
No, I feel like you're more of a critic than me, but I've still been like
absolutely,
critical
yeah, I don't
of the
like those
MCU. But like, listen, the show, I expected it to be like more of the same sort of generic Marvel stuff.
Is it good?
It's surprisingly okay. Let me say the first few episodes were just surprisingly experimental, and like I fucked with them a lot. And then it kind of, without spoiling anything, it shifted more into the sort of usual Marvel format the longer it went. But it still has that cool, like, unique side of sort of like, it's like the first few episodes are kind of like satirizing old sitcoms, and like this isn't really a spoiler to say, but each episode it moves forward a decade, so it's the next satirizing the next decade.
Okay.
And there's some like it's weirdly it's not like satirizing it in the way like a YouTube video would. It's like it does it in a weirdly freaky but also wholesome at the same time way. I don't know, it's well done.
Yeah, I might look into it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually I mean, if you've seen Infinity War and Endgame, that would help for like context.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah,
have you? I knowing you, that you very well might not.
The last Avengers movie I've seen is The Avengers.
Well, the first one?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, dear. Oh, what are you doing?
I'm pretty behind on that regard.
Oh, he's pretty catch up.
Well, before Infinity War, I would have totally been on Yoshi's side. I would have been like, fuck the MCU. That shit's the same movie over and over again. And Infinity
I'm
War
not even
came...
like that. I'm just not interested.
It should be,
I'm not-
because
I
it's
was-
right. It's correct.
I'm not like
Or
Martin
was.
Scorsese going, it's not real cinema or whatever. Or like,
I love Martin Scorsese, but that's a dumb
he's a
thing to
schlub.
say.
He's a
Like-
schmuck. He's such a schmuck.
like,
What a loser.
like, I don't like the movie. It's not in my style, so it's not real.
You're just
It's not a real movie.
You're just manufacturing your takes to not age well at all. Like just saying shit like that. Like this current thing the kids are into, bad. It used to be better. It's like
I love it when my dad does it with rap.
oh man, I love when Ben. Anyway, keep going.
My dad's arguments sound exactly like Ben Shapiro's arguments.
I'm not denying that.
But anyway, like Infinity War came out and it was like so unique, and like from the other Marvel movies, it was so. I guess I can't spoil it if you haven't seen that either.
I guarantee it's all been a blur, but it's probably been spoiled for me a fair amount of times.
I mean, the ending is so like not what you'd expect from a Marvel movie, and it's just because it's done by the Russo brothers, who came from Community and Arrested Development.
Right.
So they're actually talented and good at like
I like both those
pacing and visual storytelling.
outings.
So they really knocked Infinity War out of the park. And whilst I think Endgame isn't quite as good, it's still pretty damn good.
Yeah,
the Infinity War made me give the MCU a chance, and I watched other movies like Thor Ragnarok and like Guardians of the Galaxy, and like there's some serious gems in there. Like there's a lot. I'd say there's more misses.
That movie smacks. That's a good movie.
Yes.
The second one can suck my ass, but the first.
I agree.
The first
Second
one
one's not as good. Second one's not as good, but the first one, yeah, that's quality.
It doesn't suck my ass worthy, but it's
It
not as good
sucks
as the
my
first one.
ass. It
I
sucks
don't think
my
the
ass.
second one sucks, but I prefer the first one.
I have a mark. It left a mark where it sucked my ass.
you have a low barrier for things sucking your ass, because that film's fine.
It was
It's
pretty
better.
bad.
It's better than the average Marvel film, because there's a
I
lot
would
of Marvel films.
I would not know what the average Marvel film is.
Most
but
of them, like, most of them are like decent and fun, and I can understand why people like them. And but they're all a bit like cookie cutter, and I think they're not for me because I'm going to say something super generic here. But my favorite superhero film is Dark Knight, and
that is a good movie.
Yeah, but it's also like a generic answer.
That movie sucks. It's so mainstream.
Is that your actual opinion?
Bro. That's not my actual. No.
Okay.
He doesn't like Christopher Nolan, but he makes an excuse for the Dark Knight.
I respect Dark Knight, and I somewhat respect Memento,
Inception?
and I want to see
Memento.
Dunkirk.
Okay, I think Memento
like
is actually Memento.
Anyway,
Sorry?
keep going.
Memento is a really good mindfuck movie, in my opinion. It's like,
it's good. I mean,
it's
more predictable than it gives itself credit for, but it's good because it's more. I like the sentiment better than his blockbusters.
But like it puts you into the freaky mindset surprisingly well, being someone who can't remember anything. I
gotta say,
because like I mean, imagine if it was like if it was a typical movie where it just moved forward in a linear progression, but the character just couldn't remember stuff. Imagine how boring it would be if every 30 seconds the main character forgot what was happening and you had to watch that for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But the fact that the movie moves backwards so that you know as little as he does is really a really smart decision.
It's just the only thing about it is it's Christopher Nolan movies. Christopher Nolan finds the gimmick and then says, "All right, let's run with it," which is cool. It's cool, but it's just. The way he carries himself just makes me think he's a pretentious. He's not James Cameron, but he's pretty bad.
Okay, I'll agree that he's like a gimmick director. I don't think I wouldn't say he's bad, but like.
Oh, I don't think he's bad either. I just think that there are people who meet and say, "Let's marathon Christopher Nolan movies," and just from personal experience.
Do you genuinely not like Inception?
I don't not like Christopher Nolan in the exact same way I don't not like Inception. He's talented. It's a good movie, but it's just not. I don't see it being groundbreaking. I don't see it being anyway.
Well, I mean, it was groundbreaking at least like conceptually and like visually.
Visually, all his movies are groundbreaking. I'll agree with that. But
like Tenet kind of did expose something about him in that he doesn't give a shit about character at all.
He doesn't give a shit about character, and for me, it's like
I don't know if you watched
his movies
Tenet.
are all. Well, I don't know if Tenet doesn't. I mean, I know the plot, but I don't know if it doesn't. But just overall, I think his movies are spectacle, and I like that a lot about them. But they're not. Anyway.
Well, I don't know.
The main character,
feel like Tenet was like almost an experiment of making a film where there's no character at all, because
I think he did it on the character doesn't even have a name.
Yeah.
So like it was intentional to like. Can we make a movie with no actual protagonist? But like, I feel like a protagonist is just vital. Yeah, I feel like there has to be a character
with the plutonium and the art heist. Anyway,
I don't know if I'm like a moron, but I just felt like the first half an hour of that film, my brain was just full on melting. Like I just couldn't.
No, Tenet is a hard to follow movie. Like I
followed it, but it was like painful.
No,
to follow.
Me too. Like I followed it, but like just like. And I usually don't struggle following movies, but like Tenet moves so fast, and like you have to be paying attention. If you miss a few scenes in a row, you're gonna be lost for the rest of the movie.
It's like what the fuck's
that's just stupid. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of that personally. And the thing about Tenet, I would genuinely didn't know like what was happening at the very end. There's like some kind of like machine that had to be destroyed, but like it just came out of nowhere. And they didn't talk about it before. Like, what the fuck? What was the? Do you know what it was?
Wasn't it? I can't remember exactly. Thing? I think I understood at the time. I can't remember exactly, but it was like that bloke who they killed off the boat. Wasn't it like a machine that could just kill everyone or something? When they'd just be like permanently going back to the time. His plan made no sense. And like, okay, we're about to. Do you mind if we kind of slightly spoil Tenet, Yoshi? Or
I do not care.
Okay, spoiler warning for Tenet for podcast listeners. Okay, what doesn't make sense is that this dude decides to link the universe to his life, and if he dies, like the universe will end so that the future can invert itself or something. But like, just don't question it. So like, but what's weird is his wife. I guess this isn't technically a plot hole, but it's just
It's not
stupid
Batman
writing.
teleporting around the globe plot hole kind of deal.
Nah, it's like if he dies and like a certain reactor machine hasn't been like destroyed, then the whole world will end. And she's so proud that she decides to shoot him before she's gotten the go-ahead anyways, just because she doesn't like him. And he is a shitty person, and like he's been shitty to her throughout the movie, so like you understand why she doesn't like him, but she's risking the entire world and like her kids' lives just so that she can shoot him
Well, if
she's got the green light.
If he's a tool, then who cares, right? Like yeah.
It's just like, I don't know.
Maybe she really does hate him that much, you know? Maybe she was really blinded by her judgment,
willing
was
to
clouded
go out
by
in a blaze of glory. Just
her hatred for him. Yeah, that's a pretty cool way to die, you know? You shoot your abusive husband and then the universe ends.
Yeah, the movie also doesn't like make sense in that she because it's like time travel. She sees herself at the beginning of the movie. She sees a woman jump off a boat, and she's like, "I wish I were as free as that woman who jumped off the boat."
That's
and
so
then
stupid.
at the end of the movie, after she kills him, she jumps off the boat, and she was the lady that she saw at the beginning.
Oh man,
it's like a full
that's
circle.
great. Oh,
But it
Christopher
doesn't.
Nolan's really
There kind of is a genuine plot hole in that. Like, how did she not hear the gunshots immediately? Like, was it a completely silent gun? Like, how did she not hear gunshots before the jump?
The bullets go backwards.
And also, like, I know that they disposed of his body, but like, did they dispose of like all the blood? Was there no indication that a man had just been murdered? There were other people on the boat when she did it. Like, I don't know, just like, again, there's really cool ideas in the climax where like half of the people fighting are inverted and the other half aren't. So like some of the explosions are like backwards and shit. It's like trippy and it's a cool idea, but it does feel like spectacle over like actual story. Like, it feels like he had an idea and he just wanted to make the idea, but not necessarily like a movie around it.
I think that's okay to do, though. I think you just have to, like,
You can
expect
do it,
Yeah.
I guess, but like, does that not work better technically as a short film? If you just want to make an idea, like, why make a feature-length movie? At that point, like...
Also, why whine when you don't get any revenue from it, when you're just, the entire point of the rollout of the movie and the movie itself is just... It's subversive, and it subverts having an actual plot that movie and it subverts actually grasping the blockbuster movie you're going to see.
It had a plot. It just didn't have a character. That was literally the only thing it was lacking.
Well, the thing is, in a weird way,
properly.
part of me did actually really like Tenet, but another part of me like really disliked it, and they're both like at war with each other.
It's an interesting exercise then.
The part when he fights himself and one half of him is one of him is inverted.
Cool. I thought it was cool.
No, exactly. I'm saying that is cool. That was a really cool moment. That's something that I liked.
Yeah.
But then there's certain things that also don't make sense. Like, for example, the inverted him gets blown backwards by an explosion, but the explosion isn't inverted. So shouldn't the explosion have sucked him in? Why did it push him away? Because it's established that you react to things negatively that aren't inverted if you're inverted.
I don't feel like I'm smart enough to try and figure this out.
If something's hot and if you're inverted, then that thing becomes cold, apparently, which actually doesn't maybe that makes sense. I don't know. But like, there's an explosion that's not inverted, which knocks him backwards when he is inverted, but it should have sucked him in by the movie's own rules. But whatever, this is getting really specific now. Yoshi has no idea what we're talking about. So.
Oh no, I do not. I am numb to it. It's okay. It's just like, yeah. I was gonna say so. Oh yeah, Tenet.
I don't know.
Is a palindrome. That's pretty deep, man. That's pretty deep.
And the movie, one last spoiler, but what I thought the movie was going to be a palindrome, because that would have been cool to like complement the whole idea of, because the concept of the movie is already kind of based on a palindrome, and that some being inverted while the other timeline of yourself goes forward, so it's like one goes back, one goes forwards. And the name of the movie is a palindrome, so I assumed that the movie would end how it started, in that opera, right? Because it starts with an action scene in the opera where you don't actually really know what's happening. And I thought that the movie would provide you... I thought the final fight would take place in the opera where the first scene was, and you'd get full context for what was going on. And then the movie would be a palindrome, and it would be cool, but they didn't even do that. That bothered me. I thought it was a huge missed opportunity.
Would it kind of... Because that... his mate... Wasn't that
Robert.
little child at the end? Yeah, Robert, his mate.
Pattinson.
Twilight Man.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Does he play himself in Tenet? That's crazy.
The little kid is him, isn't it? So it goes
What?
back to his beginning.
Shut the fuck up.
It's
I don't fucking know.
Sorry, just out
Okay.
of context, all of these plot points just sound so stupid, but I haven't watched the movie, so I can't
watch
speak
the
on it.
movie and then we can we can talk about it at some point on a different
Yeah.
with you knowing what the fuck we're talking about.
Well,
even
just
remotely.
put yourself in my shoes, right? I know Christopher Nolan's kind of campy tendencies as a director, and then I hear you guys talking about Tenet, and I already know about the reception. I've seen the trailer, and then I just hear you guys go, "Bro, that scene where he fights himself, that scene where that the kid at the end, that's him." Like, it's just anyway.
well, what were your final thoughts on the movie, like coming out of it?
Well, me,
Yeah.
I felt like I was about to pass out because my brain, like, I think the first half an hour or 40 minutes after that initial fight scene, it's just all dialogue and like explaining.
Exposition.
Yeah.
It is kind of one of those movies that's just exposition.
You
which
have
I'm
to
not a
listen so
fan of.
hard in those moments, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
you will
all of a
not
sudden
know what's
it's
happening.
only explosions. There's either mega dialogue or mega explosions, and there's nothing in between. And like it's like a Marvel film, like a generic Marvel film on acid, where like
No, but
it's just
yeah,
all
Marvel
about
films
the fights.
are really-
no, the
Marvel
characters
films
don't
are
matter.
really-
all fucking just sorry.
Marvel films have characters at the very least, and they're,
Yeah, but they're
very
shit.
easy to follow.
Most of them are shit.
Yeah, but they're very easy to follow. They're made like to be simple so that a
Well, these
general
characters
audience can
couldn't have
consume
been
them.
any more simple. That's what I'm saying.
No, not the characters. The plot of Tenet is not easy to follow at all.
Okay, and yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
But the plot of Marvel movies is so that like a
Yeah.
general audience can watch it.
It just
Like,
feels like. Keep going.
I don't know. Tenet is like a completely different type of movie, and I respect it more than like a generic Marvel movie.
Yeah.
But I probably like it less than certain generic Marvel movies.
Yes, I respect
But
it
certain
more than
ones.
I like it because I've not
Yeah,
seen
me
a film
too.
like that before. It was a unique film.
It's an experiment basically.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah, okay, now on to what we're really here for, which is the animated TV show Extraordinaire Hoops.
are we talking
on
about
Netflix.
Hoops? I have
Hoops.
not seen Hoops. What is Hoops?
So you know, like how Rick and Morty is like really quirky and like they swear a
Haiku.
lot in the show, and the humor's really dry, and the and in BoJack Horseman and in Rick and Morty, like he's an alcoholic, and
Can
BoJack Horseman has like some dramatic elements to it. So take that, but remove all the good like writing, remove all the good aspects of both shows, and like just imagine the worst show you've watched and multiply it by 10.
So you're saying I should watch this show?
Absolutely, it's
I'm gonna
so
watch this
funny
show.
how.
Oh god, I'm looking at the
unwatchable it is.
picture. I'm looking at the picture right now. Hoops. There's like this.
It's so bad. It's unbelievable, and it's like.
It
and
looks like it's trying to be Rick and Morty.
It
and
is. No,
BoJack
it is
Horseman
trying to be Rick and Morty. That's all what it is. But it's just such a bad. It's such a bad off-brand.
It only has 14% on Rotten Tomatoes.
and
Oh,
here,
dear.
like when Lendon,
Is it almost as bad as Big Mouth? Because
It's
the
worse,
Big Mouth
it's
is
worse, it's
unwatchable.
worse, it's worse, it's
Is
worse.
it possible to be worse than Big Mouth? though?
watch Hoops, but also like when Lendon said that when Lendon was swearing and we found it really funny. Like the entire premise of Hoops is that the main guy swears. Like that's all the humor from the show is just him saying fuck, bitch.
Because that's
Wow.
totally where the humor comes from in Rick and Morty. You know, the humor really comes from when Rick says
they
"wubba
took-
lubba
they
dub
took-
dub."
Hey, Rick and Morty.
burps.
Rick swears in Rick and Morty,
And that's what's funny.
and
that's
his
the
voice
source
is
of the
really
comedy,
dry, and he's like,
bro. Yeah.
and he sounds like this. So how about what if
He does not sound like that. He does not sound remotely like what your impression sounded like.
But like you get the idea. It's like a cynical guy who's been through the ringer, and he's gonna swear a lot, and because he doesn't listen to any of your bullshit, and it's that, but a show.
Cool.
Can I speak to Rick and Morty really quickly? In that I was starting to become more cynical about it because of all the the internet pushback to it, all the people that claim that it makes them high Q to watch. I watched an episode of the new season, and it actually had me like laughing so hard I was like fucking on the floor at one point, which has never happened in a Rick and Morty episode. So I just stumbled upon one of the funniest ones just by joke.
Yeah, because I did not vibe with season 3.
No, I didn't like season 3 either, but season 4 is definitely an improvement.
Sick, yeah.
Okay, there's 2 times that I laughed like so hard I was like crying, and one of the times was in the episode in season 1 when Morty accidentally makes everyone in the world in love with him.
Oh, that's
and
good.
then they all
That's
start
good.
lusting after him. That shit was hilarious. And then they all start to like turn into like fly abominations because it's an unstable like potion or whatever you used.
I was
that
crying
was really funny.
when during the TV themed episode where they're watching the interdimensional cable and they're improvising the entire episode.
I liked that one. I wouldn't say it had me like crying, but it was funny. I like it more than when they just did a sequel to it in season 2, and it was the exact same idea.
That wasn't. They lost the juice there. But yeah, I don't know. When the Pickle Rick is one of the less good episodes of television I've ever watched. It's just terrible. It's horrendous. Like
I mean, I wouldn't say it's terrible. You have
so
strong
bad.
opinions, my friend.
No,
you have strong
I
opinions.
have strong opinions, and usually it's not the opinion on the actual thing that affects me. It's the context surrounding it. Combine the context surrounding Pickle Rick with the episode not being that good at all, like just not funny. The entire episode's like, haha, he's in a pickle, and it's just like, yeah, it's like
I'm Pickle Rick.
They just embrace
have you seen
the memes.
Rick and Morty?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I was asking, have you seen Rick and
Me,
Morty?
I've seen the
Yeah.
first 3 series, and I don't think the 4th one is out in the UK yet. I don't think. So I've not seen it, but I kind of agree that the 3rd one. I think that I still really like the 3rd season, and I don't really care like about the memes and people being like oh pretentious about being a fan or whatever, and people hating it. I like the show. Like, show's kind of fun, right? But the 2 issues with the 3rd season, which I still think is good, is I think they ramped it too high on like the everyone being
drama,
miserable and depressed shit.
Right.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I also think
BoJack style.
I also think it wasn't as funny, or it wasn't as interesting a show as Rick progressed, because he felt like he was getting like in the 1st season he feels like he could like genuinely die, and he wasn't this like strong super being. In the 3rd season he's like Jesus. Like he can just kill everyone. He's like got there's that episode where like they've got all those superheroes who are like, they can just beat the shit out of anyone, and then he just kills them all while he's pissed with traps. Like, I don't know.
That is yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you. And like Rick, there is something funny in a character who's like super overpowered and he can just assert his will everywhere. But when you're as overpowered as Rick is like, I think Rick is literally more powerful than Jesus was supposed to be in the Bible by like a lot.
I don't think it's about
literally.
I don't think it's about comedy, and I think actually the more powerful Rick might make it slightly funnier, but I think it makes the stories less interesting. I think
because Rick is always
sorry, go on.
He's always like on top. He can always get out of any situation he's in.
Well, he can do it so effortlessly that he can kill people with ease, or do things, fix things easily as well. But I've just remembered that I was being an idiot. I've seen the first half of the 4th season. The second half hasn't been released yet. They released it in halves. Yeah. So I've seen the episode. The episode, I think it's the 4th season that I really liked, was when they had like the aliens that like attached themselves to people's faces and took over the body, and then they would like go, the stomach would explode and another one would come out.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say.
So good.
The second time that I was like crying laughing at Rick and Morty was that episode in season 4.
That episode's great.
And Rick is actually like not on top of it, which is so it feels like more of an actual like struggle.
Yeah.
I just like how creative this 4th season of Rick and Morty is. Like, the ideas are like, there's just some really cool concepts and shit in there.
Yeah.
And they're all done.
Rick and Morty is good.
I respect the show.
I think Rick and Morty has definitely taken a quality uptick. I don't think there's been any drama.
It can't get much worse. I'm joking. It's
like season. I don't like. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if this is an opinion that people will not vibe with, but whilst I don't dislike BoJack Horseman, I'm not a huge BoJack Horseman fan.
I'm joking.
It's like I don't the drama I just find to be a little bit cringy.
I think it's a far superior show to my taste than Rick and Morty, but I definitely see why people think it's a quirk fest, and it's like, yeah, I can see its criticisms are valid.
I still like it, and I like Aaron Paul a lot, obviously, so I'm gonna like anything he's in. But like, are you talking about El Camino right now? Is that
El Camino's El Camino. But yeah, everything else I agree.
I don't know what it is. Well, I mean, I think I do know why you don't like El Camino.
You know, I've made my opinion very clear on why I think it's unnecessary.
No, it is. It doesn't need to exist, and it actually gives Jesse a worse ending than he had in Breaking Bad. But at the same time,
it's also so slow moving. Nothing happens if you take a step back, and it's just like, it's just. I don't know. It's just. I think not a good
as
film.
a movie, I would say personally, it's a good film just as a movie. But I also kind of wish that it didn't exist.
Right. Yeah. Well, because as long as we agree on it not existing, I'm fine with that.
But I don't actively dislike it the way you do. And that scene with him and Walt was an absolute treat to finally see Walt and Jesse talk again.
Yeah.
No, dude, I've been waiting so many years to finally.
Fine, and I know it's fan service, and you're a fan who was serviced. I appreciate that, but I
was serviced.
You were very serviced,
Wow.
but just for me, like it's like nothing happens in the film. It's such a slog. It's such a snore fest, and then at the very end they just tack on 2 scenes that are just fan service. And the other fan service scene with Jane, oh my god, that's just. Anyway,
have you seen it, Lendon?
Yeah, I just thought I don't feel that passionately about it. I think it's fine, and it's not as good as the show. I agree that it probably doesn't need to exist, but like I don't hate it or anything. It's just
I feel
whatever.
passionate about everything. So
I feel passionate about nothing.
That is true.
Sorry.
This is like a case study in 2 people with polar opposite ideologies on one podcast.
Yeah.
Well, but like, if a film is really boring, I hate it. Like, the worst thing a film can be, in my opinion, is boring. There are bad films that are entertaining and bad, and those are better films to me than a film that's just boring.
I might, if you replace boring with generic or not memorable, then I
like
agree
this
with
one.
you.
Yeah, like this one.
Okay, well, like let me say, I absolutely will agree with you that the movie makes his ending worse. In fact, I think Jesse in Breaking Bad had one of the best character endings I've seen in a TV show.
It was such a good character ending.
It just ended on that one shot of him finally. I guess it's a Breaking Bad spoiler, so if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, spoilers.
Okay, just finally vindicated.
It ended on the shot of him finally freed, and he's driving away to a future that you don't know.
Yeah,
and it's kind of better. It's better that way.
Here's the future. It's the same as Walt, except
and then it ends with it literally ends the same way with him driving away again, except instead of the triumphant moment he gets liberated and he's finally, because the whole show he's kind of been struggling to like free himself of like
slavery.
kind of, whether it be to Walt or like to just slavery to his shitty life.
To literal slavery. Yeah.
Well, to literal slavery, but he's just been trying to like liberate himself and like just be and like he tried to run away with Jane because he thought that would free him, but he would have just ended up dying of heroin. So
yeah.
But either way, he's finally free, and you get the sense as a viewer that he's wise enough now that he's going to like. He's going to make better life choices.
The way he's laughing, or that he's gone completely fucking mad. Right?
Or that, but honestly, the fact that you don't know.
Good.
The fact you don't know is good. You just know he's free, and
it's such an impactful shot.
It's the first time you see him happy since like season 4.
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
Or not even just happy, just like emotional, like hysterical. Like it's not like It's
such a good ending, and then El Camino's we actually need to have a shot where he's in a car and it slowly zooms in his face while he smiles.
And then a rock song plays at the end. It's like and it shows El Camino. It's like I was laughing audibly. It's just it's not a good send off. And like, why do we need to know that? Oh, after the last shot of Breaking Bad, he does this exact same thing that Walt and Saul does, where they go into witness protection. That's so cool. We needed a whole movie just recycling that plot point.
I'll say that like, I still like it as a movie, and then I think there's some good scenes in there, and like
There's one good scene in my opinion, but yeah.
What's the scene you like?
I like the scene with what's his face who just died, where they're in the gun shop.
Oh, the actor who died the day the movie came out?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's so weird that he died the day it came out.
Not really, but yeah.
What do you mean not really? What do you think that Vince Gilligan killed him?
No, I think he was sick for a year and then he just so happened to die on the day a film came out.
Yeah, but the film he was in.
Oh yeah, that's pretty. That
unlucky.
That is some conspiracy shit right there, man.
I don't think anyone
He was
killed
killed
him.
by Jesse.
I'll be honest. I think it was just unlucky.
I don't either.
Illness killed him. I think that's what killed him.
I think God killed him.
Yeah,
I think Jesus killed him.
I'm gonna leave the podcast. If
We've come a long way since Feces.
We're not doing the theism thing again.
Should we go back to feces? Should we go back to feces?
Feces or feces? It's gonna be
Feces.
Poopy? Poopy, sticky ew?
Gross? It's like Tenet. We're going full circle. We're ending in the opera house. We're going backwards. We're talking about feces now.
No,
crazy, bro.
I don't want any more poo
But except Tenet didn't actually do that. So if we follow the actual Tenet, the thing Tenet actually did, we'll just end with something completely different, even though the fucking name of the movie's a palindrome and you didn't make the movie an actual palindrome, Christopher Nolan.
What's a Tenet?
That is a great question, that is. Asking the real questions.
The real Tenet was the friends we made along the way.
The real Tenet is Google definition.
A principle or belief, especially one of the main principles of a religion or philosophy. Whoa, and we were just talking about... Holy
shit.
Oh my goodness.
Holy
Christopher Nolan
fuck.
with his fourth eye just predicted. Oh, because he didn't actually predict it. Like, isn't the whole thing about Tenet that he's going backwards and he's from the future? Oh.
Part for like the second half of the movie.
Oh, okay. So he was from the future and he knew we'd be talking about Jesus and he just he named his movie Tenet so that it would line up with this podcast.
He made it for
fucking
this
knew it.
podcast. What a guy.
Yep. I respect him a lot more now.
Was that movie released in theaters or was that just like released on Netflix as like part of the 2020?
It was released on Netflix, but then it started getting shown in theaters when theaters opened up again, and still nobody saw it because no one went to theaters. Mm-hmm. And now they're opening up theaters to esports.
One fear that I think a lot of people have, including me, is that the pandemic will... The theaters were kind of just beginning the whole dying process, but this may speed it up significantly, and like movies may be going straight to streaming.
This is really sad. I like cinemas.
Yeah, I love going to the theater and watching movies,
but
like I think
that was like if you were going out on a date, man, and it was like your first date, and
movies are great because you don't have to put in the work to talk to them the whole time. You just watch a movie.
And then you're like, that was great, and then you see each other off.
What's great is if you watch a romantic movie, the movie will do the work for you, getting them like in the mood for love.
Everyone just on the record.
And then you just kiss them
from experience.
I've gone on dates before. Do you not think I've ever been on a date?
Oh no! I'm saying you're speaking from experience.
Wait.
Did you actually think I'd never been on a date?
No, I know you've been on a date, but I'm just that's why I said you're speaking from experience.
Okay.
Wasn't sarcastic. I was saying you were speaking from experience.
But have you had a girlfriend before?
I think I've gone on too many first dates actually. It's better to have only gone on one because would you not prefer to have only gone on one and then stuck with whoever you're with then?
Wait, Lendon, did you just say do you have a girlfriend and then he kept going? You said how? I need to make sure I got that.
No, that's not what I said, but. Well, yeah, whatever.
We'll go with it. We'll go with it. We'll go with it.
Well, no, never.
That's a lot of animosity you're showing toward your host. What's with that?
No, it's just.
Do I want to tell the internet if I have a girlfriend? That's it. Wait, did you actually ask me if I have a girlfriend, then say how?
I did, but then I remember. Oh no, yeah, he did that.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that at all.
Yep, he did. Yep, that's true.
Are you being framed by my co-host right now?
That's the bit that's being framed.
He didn't say how he said it, but he did say it.
No, this is if you go on a podcast with Yoshi's the co-host, he will try to frame you for something.
Yeah, I've actually
to get me to like at some point.
All our previous guests are suing me for extortion, but I'm pretending to not see have received the court summons. So
yeah, he's actually recording this. He's recording this from a holding cell awaiting trial right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we just allowed to sue the crap out of him then?
Only me.
In fact, actually, right at the second after we sign off, I'll just send you some documents about like the procedure to like take him to court. And I mean, I think he's already going to go bankrupt with all the lawsuits he's facing. But if you want to get in there and get a little bit of dough,
this is great.
We've strategically set up the show so that only I'm actually liable to be sued, and Will isn't, because
he's signed a contract that he still has to do all the episodes, but he's the only one that can.
I take without knowing it. You signed a waiver before going on this podcast.
Hell, this is a serious podcast.
In your dreams, you signed a waiver, and
I did the Nathan for you thing where I got you to come to a Chinese restaurant and order. I got you to order a dish that was called "I agree."
Yeah, I was thinking of Nathan for you earlier. Actually, we're connected at the brain.
I love that show.
And
I love that show.
I was thinking that, like, you know, the part where they do the haunted house, and then the lawyer comes and tells them to sue him.
That's partly what I was thinking about too.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, I made a video which is every plan in Nathan for you.
I watched some of that before this podcast, and I've never heard of that show before.
Everything's going full circle, man.
You watched the video that I put up?
I watched about half of it and then realized I had no idea what was going on.
So you just saw like the plan: make a frozen yogurt that's poo flavor.
Wait, is that like a comedy show in America or something?
Yeah, well, no, it's like he goes around to small businesses and they think he's like a real show that's trying to help them. Like, you know, like like Kitchen Nightmares, where Gordon Ramsay like helps restaurants. I say helps in quotations because they all close.
He low-key plants rats in them.
They all close right after.
And makes things poo flavor. What a guy.
But like Nathan basically does that same thing, except that he's actually trolling them really hard the whole time, and he gives them like a terrible idea, but he plays it straight, like he's actually trying to help them.
And then, what normally happens? Do they go through with it, or do they challenge him on it?
No. Well, it's mixed.
Well,
it's mixed.
Usually Nathan's the one that does all the work. So sometimes they actually agree, and then he has them on board. Sometimes they say no, so that he tries it himself. Just to see if it'll work.
The best thing about this show is how elaborate it ends up being every single time.
That's the like he digs himself like into a hole each episode. Like one time he was trying to help out this like antique store by like pretending a movie was being filmed outside, but then he realized he could get sued for pretending to film a movie that didn't exist and telling people that there's a movie being filmed there. So he had to make an actual movie just to not get sued, and then he submitted it to a film festival.
But no film festival actually accepted his movie, so he had
to make his own film festival. And then once he controlled the film festival, he wanted to make the film win an award, so he pitted it against a film of someone farting for 1 minute.
Is
this actually real? Is he going to real?
Yeah, he did
places?
all those things. He did all those things for real.
Man, you have to watch this show.
That's why it's like my favorite show.
I've never heard of it.
It's so underrated. It's insanely underrated. Nathan, for you,
I've actually noticed as of late it's becoming less underrated.
It's starting to pick up. It's starting to pick up in popularity. Like I remember just around the time I was watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like I don't remember. I think it was like a year ago. But as I was watching it, it was starting to pick up a lot in popularity over the pandemic while I was watching it.
Every show picked up in popularity over the pandemic.
I remember Community. I was a big Community fan back in like 2012, like when it was on. And like, I was like a kid. I was like a kid back then, but like, I don't think everyone was. Like, no one watched it back then.
My entire middle school class was into that shit.
Does your middle school class, is that an accurate demographic for like?
Yes,
humanity?
For the world, for the rest of the world.
Because the show's ratings were so low, it got canceled like every season, and the fan base had to demand that it would stay on.
That's really pathetic. That's really sad.
Exactly, because no one watched it despite how good it was. At least they didn't watch it on the air. But like over the pandemic, like the show blew up because it went on Netflix and like everyone watched it. So. Yeah, have you seen it?
Yeah, I watched it a couple of years ago. I thought like people had discovered it by now, like over the last couple of years.
No, it was really big.
Well, no, okay, it wasn't tiny
here when it was first released.
No, okay, the show was like a bit of a sleeper hit while it was on the air, and that like it wasn't like completely unknown because it was an ABC sitcom, so it's not gonna be completely unknown, but like it wasn't nearly as popular as like the big ones, like the Big Bang Theory or like shit like that.
What a great show!
Big Bang.
Huge,
I love that show so much. I actually love that show.
Bazinga.
No
Just
irony?
because
Bazongo.
it's in the
Bazungo.
okay. It's not irony, but it's because of how
bad it
bizarre
is?
it is that like I watch it and I'm like, holy shit, people actually like this and think it's really funny. And that feeling, I chase that feeling, like knowing it feels like I'm on another planet, right?
It's like watching an alien show. Like people
Yeah,
watch
exactly.
this and think it's
so
well-written
cool.
comedy.
It's so cool, and I genuinely love the Sheldon character. It's just he's so bad, but he's so bad. And
because he's such a bad parody of what
yeah,
writers think nerds are that he's not even a caricature of a nerd anymore. He's his own species.
Yeah, he's not a human. He's not a human.
He's
None
his
of these
own
characters
thing.
are human. That's what I love about it.
Like it fails so miserably to do what it was trying to do that it's secretly genius.
But like,
but
for
by
me, it has
accident.
the exact same appeal as a David Lynch movie. It's like, whoa, what is this feeling? You know,
It's like watching Eraserhead.
It's well,
Watching-
actually, yeah.
watching-
For me, it's that show, and this show's actually lowered my IQ because I'm actually starting to like parts of it.
You need
For
to
this
stop.
same
You
reason,
need to stop
but-
watching it.
But Modern
what-
Family Guy, it has the exact same appeal to me as Big Bang Theory and the David Lynch movies.
I
It's
think
like,
I think as bad as Modern Family Guy is, I think Big Bang Theory is worse.
well, it's worse, but it's the same thing where it's like, holy shit.
People
It's
find
like,
this fun.
there are people who are like, okay, I understand more why Family Guy, because it's like, haha, shocking race joke.
This reminds me of that one time I joined the Ku Klux
the
Klan
Klan.
choir.
Exactly. This reminds me of the one time Cleveland was black. Anyway, but yeah, Big Bang Theory
Lois.
is like it's such an
This reminds me of
out-of-body
the time that
experience. love
I
it
had
so
sex
much.
with Sonic the Hedgehog. Cutaway. To exactly what I love about Family Guy is he says something and then it just cuts away to the exact thing he just said.
Okay.
It's not even a
me
new
and my
joke.
girlfriend played a drinking game recently.
Uh-huh.
Not too recently, maybe last year, but we played a drinking game where this is back when we didn't watch Family Guy, like we didn't know much about it. But and I'm just gonna say this quickly because Lendon needs to wrap up. But basically, every single time there was a bad cutaway gag, we would take a shot of vodka.
Yep. How many shots of vodka did you
Well,
take?
we lasted 2 minutes into the episode before we were rolling on the floor and like just like we were knocked out. It was such a bad idea.
Lois, this reminds me of that one
Yeah,
time that I
every
stole
single
the
time. I didn't realize how relentless
that I went on
it
a
was.
quest for the crystal skull.
Yeah, it doesn't remind. I forgot how relentless it was until this reminds me of the time where I did the Carlton. This reminds me of the time where you got
I
reminded
participated
of
in
the,
the
time where you
Manson
did
murders.
The
I mean, it's just
Anyways,
like every
I think
joke, right?
Family Guy's a great note to wrap it up on because
Yes.
Lendon has to go.
Yeah, sorry about that, man.
It would
Feces.
seem.
Hooray, feces.
And, you know, it actually, can we say the reason? Because it actually kind of ties into feces.
Oh yeah, the plumber's
Sure.
here.
Yeah, my plumber is
Plumber's
here,
here.
and he's going to be
But that's
working
what
next
you
door.
think. That's what you think. But the plumber's really here, sent by me to collect your feces so I can eat it.
Hope not.
I would eat your feces
No, you
any
would-
day,
nope,
man.
Nope.
So nice to meet you. I would eat your feces. I would guzzle it through a straw. I would just, you have no idea, man.
See, it's times like this that I question, like, did I pick the right co-host? How do I back out of having him as my co-host?
This is why
you
you're
know?
getting sued. This is-
This is why I'm getting sued. No, it's good because we're gone full circle again because I was talking about Family Guy where the entire humor comes from shock value, and that's me. That's just everything I do.
This is how Tenet should have ended.
This
Exactly.
Is
This is how Tenet should have ended. I agree.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on the show.
That's alright. I'm sorry I had to leave
had-
early.
that's okay. This is actually usually
Well,
we've
it's been an hour and a half, and that's the usual
yeah,
length,
we
honestly.
made good
So, like,
make good time.
we-
You're perfect. You're perfect.
Excellent.
you left
in
it right
every
on the
way.
mark, right on the
I've
dot.
achieved
You're perfect in
success.
every way.
This is the best
You are-
podcast of all time, thanks to me and my
Thank you.
epic timing. Woohoo.
And you're perfect.
Yes.
You are perfect. You have achieved perfection.
Why not, before you, the very last thing quickly, why don't you say your favorite YouTube comment that you've ever gotten, if you can remember?
Oh yeah, this is good.
My favourite? I don't fucking know. I haven't looked at my channel for ages. I haven't been making videos.
This guy's really suffering for his art out here.
Do you have anything
It'll
like
be
from
something
memory?
along the lines, because
Really devoted to his craft.
okay, normally the thing I get hate about the most is, do you know anything about the Filthy Frank clones at all?
Yes, I've
Okay,
watched.
so normally I'm like,
they vary in
Go on.
quality a lot, but I wouldn't say any of them are necessarily like none of them really recapture his.
No, yeah, most of them are like fine. That's what I'd say. But one of them is really disliked, and normally I'm like pretty like I'm a lot more positive than most of the people who talk about it. And every time I get people comment saying you're a fucking idiot, why do you like this person? So it'd probably just be about that. Basically, it'd just be like you're a fucking cuck because you like this female Filthy Frank clone.
Fuck you for not hating on someone because they lack a penis.
Yes. The video that I got the most hate on was Filthy Frank clone tier list, and I put her quite high. Yeah. That
is she the one that Lotus?
Yeah.
Is that who I'm thinking? Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people do not like her, but I think she's a bit different. So
at least she's not like even like completely a clone anymore. She's
now
kind of
she's not at all. But
Should
back
I,
at the time she was.
I'm not hip to the Filthy Frank clones. Is this a rabbit hole worth? Oh shit! I looked up Filthy Frank clone. And your video was the fourth to come up. Anyway, yeah, I'm not hip to Filthy Frank clones, but is that a rabbit hole worth delving into?
No.
Going down?
Sure.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
I
value your opinion much more, so I'll take it. You've ruined my life.
Right.
Thank you.
It's not a prime YouTube, but it's something.
If you have like an insane hunger for Filthy Frank and you've seen all of his videos and you just can't get enough of him, then I guess go for it.
The problem is you can't be as crude and insane as you could be when he was popular. So a lot of them are quite kind of timid in their humor compared to him.
Right.
There's one guy.
Well, I noticed.
Like, you know why that is? Because we're living in a PC climate where you can't.
These liberals are censoring. These liberals.
This podcast goes there every single time. That's our favorite thing to make fun of.
This isn't even really like a political. We're just sort of like making fun of people who like to say these liberals before every sentence.
Okay, look.
I guess that's political.
One of them. Have you ever seen like the Flex Tape and the Flex Seal JonTron stuff? Right.
The JonTron ones.
Yeah. One of them Flex sealed their own bumhole.
Wow.
Yeah. So they are quite committed to the craft, I would say.
That's dedication. Yeah. That's
what I noticed.
Respect the hustle.
I must say that like Filthy Frank was kind of moving in a new creative direction in his last few years, especially 2017. His videos were getting bigger and more ambitious, and most of the clones, especially the biggest one, like Filthy Frank 2, I think is the biggest one, is trying to emulate like the 2014 style of his videos, but like it doesn't really pick up where like he left off. Because like he was getting more like I think you can tell that he was getting tired even when he was still doing the show. He was getting tired of doing the same like talking at a camera, ranting about something thing. So he wanted. Well,
he did a lot of Pink Guy stuff towards the end where he was doing the music anyway.
Yeah. Like he was getting more into music even then.
I think a lot of the clones they've tried to like, a lot of them attempted to progress the story that was going on within Filthy Frank, but a lot of them have kind of moved away from that and are just doing like random shit. And
did you hear the same thing that I heard, that apparently he was like going to make a movie and it was going to end with a giant Filthy Frank movie, but the movie never happened?
Yeah, I heard that too, but I think that was just a rumor.
But his own personal cameraman is the one that said that there was a movie.
Huh.
I mean, they were planning it, but
I think he just.
He got tired of it. Like, imagine doing that shit for like.
Oh, absolutely!
Years.
No, he absolutely is the right to move on to music, and I respect his decision completely. And I vibe with a lot of his songs personally.
Ew.
But like, I said a lot of, not all of. There's a few songs that may be a little bit too sad boy for me.
That's a valid thing to do.
But
actually,
like,
it's not valid because it doesn't align with my opinion and taste exactly.
Idiot.
So
leave.
You should kill yourself.
Leave.
Leave.
Just leave. and it's
exit.
It's cool because they took the care to capitalize the word. Like, not all those commenters do that, so they're really just like, man, they're really. It's like a socialite, like a sophisticated human saying leave.
Yeah,
they're already really committed to making you leave somewhere to go somewhere else.
And did you leave after you saw that comment?
Yes, I ran away. I never came back after I saw that. I'm still on the run.
Maybe he's trying to warn you about the negative comments. Like, leave
you know that
the
Kanye
section.
song "Wouldn't Leave"
like,
that I just referenced?
Like for your own mental health. Yeah, that's.
Do you know the Kanye song "Wouldn't Leave"? Do you think he's gonna rename it "Left"?
Maybe.
Because he divorced Kim Kardashian now.
Oh, I get it. Kanye
And
West,
I know she would leave.
Kanye West fan base is the most toxic fan base I've ever seen. Like, do you notice how every single time he's like posts about how he's depressed and his life's going down the drain, he might lose, like he might not be able to see his children and shit like that, and then like all the comments are, oh shit, new Kanye album confirmed wavy. He's gonna when we missed you know, detrimental mental health, you know. We missed when Kanye West was suffering and making music. That's why Jesus King was bad, because he was in a good place in his life.
I wish people would stop egging on when he's crazy, because he needs help,
that's
to be like
so toxic. Like, they're just like, oh bro, Kanye West is suicidal, we're about to get the most dope confirmed wavy breakup album.
Well,
yeah, that's all they care about.
I don't
909s.
follow Kanye that much, right? I know he's like great and stuff, and I know he's a bit crazy. Has there actually been stuff about him being like depressed or suicidal or?
Yeah. He's very bipolar and he's not doing very well right now.
Being in like
they're not.
They're not
the
fan base,
they
like,
think that by prolonging this state of like, you know,
suffering.
paranoia,
They'll get My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy 2.
Yeah, exactly. It's so annoying. Like, what more could you ask from Kanye West? Like, he's delivered music that is good on a consistent basis, and then it's like, oh bro, no, we need fuck Kanye West. He didn't deliver Yandhi.
He didn't make Yandhi, so I hate him.
Yeah, exactly.
Bitch.
I wish he was doing drugs again. I wish he was, you know, it's like,
I wish that his wife takes his kids and he's homeless, so that he makes an album where he's like on the verge of suicide and it'll be his best music.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it will be deep. Sad boy.
Nah.
The same thing happened when Kid Cudi went into rehab. People like didn't care about him. They were just like, oh no, we won't get music for a while, but when we do get music, it's gonna be really good.
Because like I noticed that like intersectionally, like a lot of the same people who really liked, like were really day one for Kid Cudi are the same for Mac Miller. And when he died, they were all like, oh man, his fan base, man, they were just like, oh man, like no one was listening to him, no one was giving him the time of day, he couldn't confide in anyone. Man, I really wish he got help for his crippling drug problems. And then they're like, bro, what if I miss when Cudi had crippling drug problems. That's back when he released his best music. It's like,
well, didn't he make like Speeding Bullet to Heaven when he had his crippling drug problems? I don't think most people consider that his best music. I know you consider that his best music. I don't think most people consider that his best music.
Fine. Okay, fine.
Like it's just an objective fact that most people don't like that album.
Yeah, fine. I think, anyway, I'm not going to do that again, but yeah. Yeah, like it's just such a weird double standard where it's like, while they're alive, these hype beast core artists like Mac Miller and Kid Cudi, kind of frat core, like it's like, oh man, I miss when they were on drugs. And then like
when artists are alive, their fans want them to be on the verge of death so they can make like edgy music.
When they die,
and then when they die,
I literally cried it's like
Yeah, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of it's fine because like I have a psychology degree, so like I like talking about these kind of things. Right. There's one. I mean, it's not about a musician, but there is one situation where I felt really kind of passionately about it. Where, and it's YouTube right as well. Do you know Keemstar, right?
Yes.
So,
of course.
And do you know the situation with Etika?
Yes, where he like kept pushing.
Yeah. So the general
like
accepted story behind this is like Etika was in a dark place. Keemstar was kind of like egging him on and was like, oh, he's in a mental hospital, lol, and then like the police are getting him, lol, whatever, right? And then Etika ended up killing himself, and there was a lot of discussion about like whether Keemstar was involved in like was a contributing factor to him dying, right? And this was going on for a while, and it kind of fizzled out, although I think passionate people kind of wouldn't let it go away, but whatever. And then there was the H3 video about Keemstar where they brought it up again, and they were like, I don't think H3 ever said like, he definitely was the cause, but there was a lot of discussion again about, did this guy cause it, did he not? One of the main demographics of people who are susceptible to suicide are people who know someone who has killed themselves. So being a like famous person where potentially at least like 1 million people maybe were discussing whether or not you have caused someone suicide when you've known that person, that puts you at an extremely high risk of killing yourself. And that was like, for me, like knowing that information and seeing this situation happen, like I was genuinely fearful that Keemstar was going to kill himself. Like that is clear. He's shown that he's someone that has like a strange mental.
Oh no, he's not okay.
He's a very unique individual in some negative ways. I think.
So do you not approve of like H3H3's
No, I think
content
not that I
moves?
disapprove of it. I just think it's like we haven't progressed enough to have that specific conversation, and it's quite a niche one as well.
Agreed. Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone wants to come out and start like defending Keemstar, do they? Really? So, and I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's the position that we're in at the moment. Is that I don't think people realise. I mean, this was. Have you ever seen 13 Reasons Why?
Yes, I hate it.
Yeah, but that was one of the main criticisms of that show, was that it was constantly, the whole show was like figuring out who caused this girl's death. But that's like
season
that's a
one
very
is, and
dangerous
then it
game to
goes
play in
off on a
itself.
3-season tangent of nothingness.
Yeah.
What do you mean nothingness? There's a school shooting that gets stopped.
There's two school shootings after that point, and one of them was faked by the principal.
That's
There's
genius.
also an episode that ends with him crashing his car and falling off a cliff. In the next episode, he has a limp.
And then like
There's
and
also
then
a character that shoots himself in the head, and then the next season he has a limp.
Yeah, and then they keep opening like the show with like, oh, we're just trying to start a conversation about mental health.
I feel like we're going off. We're interrupting a real conversation about mental health we're having with 13 Reasons Why right now.
The main theme of this podcast.
It's ending the conversation right now.
The main theme of this podcast has been poo. So I feel like the serious discussion maybe isn't for this one. Maybe we need to talk about poopy butt.
Okay. First of all,
It's too late. We've already gone down the serious discussion.
poo is a very
rabbit hole.
serious discussion. It happens, right? It happens.
I'm so sorry.
Some people.
Can we not talk about poo again? Does this have to keep coming back?
Okay, this time it wasn't me. It wasn't me. This time
I
it
don't
wasn't.
under. Okay, how did it start? Where did the poo? It was you, wasn't it? Were you the one that
You're
started
the
poo
one who's
first?
going to have to actually listen to this and edit things out. So you're the one who's going to have to, cope with that. Me and Len here, we're impervious.
I'm a pretty
Well,
open
to be
guy.
honest, I don't think there was any dead space or doxing, so I don't think I have to edit anything out of this one.
You
that I
doxed
can think
me.
of. Oh wait, I thought that you were. Oh, do I have to take? Okay, but that was at the very beginning, so I can cut that out easily.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
Alright.
Well,
To be fair, I said Yogini, so it wasn't a.
no,
complete...
I'm joking. You didn't dox.
All right.
Get it? Because I said something, but that wasn't actually the case.
It's like really funny.
That was a pun.
It's really funny when you just say something, and then you're like, I didn't actually mean that.
And like for like a
Got
few
him.
moments, it causes stress and paranoia among people.
Sorry, I've just seen this picture. Is this real?
Yes, that's real. That's real.
The picture they just posted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's quickly mention that. Should I read it out?
Yes.
All right. Liam Thorpe was registered as 6.2 centimeters tall, rather than 6 foot 2 inches, which would have given him a body mass index of 28,000.
The funny thing
And
is,
the name of the article.
No,
Sorry?
go on. You say it.
The name of the article is "A Man Offered COVID Vaccine After Error Lists Him as 6.2 centimeters tall."
What listed him? Like what error? Like
No,
what?
my job.
Someone typed it in.
Exactly. I know exactly how this error would be made. Like I could do this to a person if I wanted to.
Like you know that image of him with his head and shoulders. Maybe if you zoom out and his whole body is cut off after that, like he's literally just a pair of shoulders with a head.
No, that would be
No,
more
no.
than
Even then, it's still too tall.
No,
It's
no,
too
no,
tall.
no. What would have to happen is that picture would have to be actual size.
No, what would have to happen is that he's
He
like
would have to
he's
be
like
that size that
no,
appears on the
he's
screen.
he's shrunken down to like a Toy Story character size, and he's just really close to the camera, which makes him look normal sized. But if you move the camera back, you'll see that he's actually a 6.2 centimeter tall man.
It's like a.
It's
He's
his
like the size
perspective.
of my
Yeah, exactly.
phone.
All right, we gotta wrap it up now because there's
Yeah, okay.
a narc on the podcast. Someone who
Yeah.
just wants to end this prematurely.
We
'cause
just
they're
found
a
out.
narc.
We found
all
out
I
that
can
Lendon
hear-
is a
all I can hear is
narc. He's
banging,
selling
so-
our information to the FBI.
Literally,
so we
Yeah,
gotta end this now.
no.
He's a remnant of McCarthyism.
Dude, the audio for the last 5-10
Shit.
minutes is just going to be crap. So it needs to
Okay,
end,
well,
end it.
we've actually gone over the average length of these podcasts, so it's a
Yeah.
good time to
And
end it now.
way over the average length of me being on the podcast.
This is the longest you've ever been on the podcast.
Yeah, this is great. This is momentous. You're witnessing history, Lendon. You're witnessing. Yeah,
This
how's it
is
feel?
my greatest ever achievement. It's just
This
existing
is
in
your
this
greatest
moment.
ever achievement is watching me be on this podcast for 10 minutes longer than usual. That's what you're going to be remembered for when you die.
Hell yeah.
I'm really.
I'll tell my grandkids.
That's a hell of a thing to have on your epitaph, man.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
honestly.
I did it. Woohoo.
On that note,
On that note, we're gonna sign off. Thank you everyone for listening. Okay, we have some people that watch, so like you don't gotta be laughing at that.
no, I'm laughing at this was a blast, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed your company.
Yeah, this was great. Do it again if you
Yeah,
want.
thank you for coming on, Lendon.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for staying the whole time, Yoshi.
No problem. I know that my feces, my contributions to the feces discourse would have, this podcast would not have gotten off the ground if it wasn't for it.
It was an important element to the podcast, and I really appreciate it.
Exactly, and I did like most of the talking because of my passion for my craft and the craft of
Minecraft. His passion for Minecraft
my
kept him
passion for
talking.
Minecraft. So
Okay, well, anyways, I'll put Minecraft footage over this
Fuck
one.
Minecraft.
I've decided just now.
fuck Minecraft. There you go. Let it
That's
all
a
out.
that's a controversial opinion to end on for the
Yeah,
ages.
exactly. There you go.
Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
You heard it here first. Fuck Minecraft.
Fuck Minecraft.